That's not your role. That's irresponsible and that's disrespectful from their standpoint. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to be like, no, I'm not putting up with this. You're not the in-between. You're not the go-between. You're not the therapist. Sarah, hey fam, I want to be held accountable this week. I have my family coming over for Thanksgiving, very last minute. Without going into a ton of detail, my siblings are vegan, and one is super vegan and an activist type of vegan. Aha, so an annoying person. Gotcha. So there's conflict there when I eat meat, which I can handle but bugs me. Oh, you have one of those vegans that says, you're eating meat. You shouldn't be eating meat. It's bad. It's bad. It doesn't matter. Activist is an activist. That's a terrible situation. They're all annoying. Anyway, all right. There's a very good joke, right? I have posted this before, right? Is there anything more annoying than a cross-fitting vegan? I don't think so. Okay, my parents are in this weird rough patch and have separated. They tend to make me the therapist for them both. All right. So it's been a rough couple of months. My goodness. No, that's not, okay. We'll talk about this in a second. Let me just read through it. I set my boundaries, but it'll be weird because they'll both be coming for Thanksgiving. Bruh. Holy shit. This sounds like a nightmare coming. I have been filled with anxiety due to this and slacking in the exercise department. I don't blame you. I am on week 2 of the 90-day dash, and I skipped my Swole class yesterday to play video games. What? Why? I'm also falling into bad eating habits. I used to track my calories religiously and weigh my food. I'm getting anxious this week, not tracking them, which I haven't done this at all in months. And eating has become anxiety filled, and I'm afraid of overeating and gain everything back. What are you eating? Start weighing, then count your calories again. I mean, I hate that. I hate counting calories. I think that's ridiculous. But if that worked for you, then just go do it. I know I should hit the brain gains to combat this, but I also need to vent it out to you all. Just need to kick my butt into gear. Thank you for listening. Well, all right, let's get into this a little bit. So we are listening, and of course we're supporting you. I'm going to say a lot of stuff. I'm going to be like, yeah, get your fucking ass in gear. But realistically, your parents have separated. I mean, this is fucked up. That's not your responsibility. They should go see a therapist. No. They tend to make you the therapist. You have to stand up for yourself. That's bullshit. That's not your role. That's irresponsible and that's disrespectful from their standpoint. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to be like, no, I'm not putting up with this. You're not the in-between. You're not the go-between. You're not the therapist. You're probably doing that out of guilt. You're doing that. No, that's not your role. You should have nothing to do with that. You have your family coming over very last minute. Do you want this to happen? Did you want this to happen? Did you want everyone to come over? Because it's your choice. You could say, no, not having it. You could tell your vegan sibling to go fuck themselves and you're going to eat what you want. You have to stand up for yourself. There's a lot of, there's way too much. Look, I understand the whole family thing, but you can pick your friends. You can't pick your family. And I will be honest, there's this very, very strange thing that people do with family because you have similar DNA that you allow people to slide and to get away with all this shit. It doesn't make sense. I just don't feel that same way. Shitty people are shitty people, whether you came out of someone's vagina, whether you think about what a cousin is or something. It's like, oh, you came out of a similar hole. Oh my God, you have to put up with all their shit forever. No, it doesn't make sense. Okay. You can pick your friends. You can't pick your family. Just because they're your family doesn't mean that they're good people. Doesn't mean that you should spend time with them. It doesn't. You have to literally surround yourself with the right people for you. Doesn't matter if you have the same DNA or not. We all pretty much have similar DNA. We all come from Genghis Khan, right? So you're not a therapist. You're not their therapist. And to have them both come over, this is a fucking nuclear bomb that's going to go off potentially. It just seems like you're setting yourself up for a fucking disaster. So I'm going to put the blame on you just because you're allowing them to come over. It's your place. You don't have to do this. But make sure you stand up for yourself. Don't allow people to walk over you. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe it's too late to cancel. It's never too late to cancel, but You know, what you're doing is now you're self-flagellating. You're probably just resenting yourself for allowing this to happen. And now you're punishing yourself by not taking care of your exercise, by not eating properly. Like, what do you expect to happen? Right? You're wallowing in your own misery. You're not setting yourself up for a good day. You're not going to you're not going to gain everything back. I mean, if you overeat consistently, like you will eventually, but hitting the brain gains, that will help, of course, but at the same time, it's not going to stop the storm from coming. So my siblings are vegan, so they're not mentally stable. I'm just fucking with you. That's true. No, so there's conflict there when I eat meat. Oh, look, if you want to eat, like my sister is pretty much vegan. She doesn't eat, she's like vegetarian vegan, like my sister. I'm over, like, if I ever go home, I'm cooking broth, I'm cooking steak. She doesn't care. She's gonna be like, oh my God, you're eating meat. No, she does like animal wellness rehab. She's always been that way, you know, or for the most part. But it's one thing if they do it for them. If they tell you to do it, give you shit to do it, I would literally, you know, you could tell them to go fuck themselves. But they're vegan, so maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. But definitely don't put up with that shit. Just because they're related to you doesn't mean that you have to put up with any more garbage. You have to stand up for yourself.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.